MLB Network has baseball from the Emerald State, Safeco Field in Seattle. Tonight, it's the home opener for this new season between the Chicago Cubs and the Seattle Mariners. Looking forward to this matchup, and it's next on MLB Network. So set to go now is Chris Young, the leadoff man, and we are ready for baseball.
For the Cubs, center fielder, number 30.
And we are now underway from Seattle as the first pitch of the night is taken for ball one. And HR, you take a look at these Seattle Mariners entering play here tonight. They come in riding a 5-game winning streak, and they've really got things clicking.
Look out. They're starting to put it together. When you get to this territory and you start moving into a week of solid baseball, that's a club starting to come together, and I'm looking at one right now.
Most good pitchers know that they have to work inside and sometimes even come off the plate to keep hitters from getting comfortable up there. I think that was part of the intent with that last pitch.
And he'll stay with it here as he puts the squeeze on it for out number one.
Left fielder.
The left-handed hitting Andrew Benintendi stands in. And he is proving to be something of a non-threat with a bat in his hands this year. The average isn't pretty. Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. And this will land foul. The windup and the 0-1. And he just misses with a curveball.
Boy, that's a great breaking ball right there. That's a tough pitch to lay off when that ball is coming in at that plane right there. Quality take.
Dyson's there. 2 gone. Now at the plate, George Springer. First chance for him here in the top of the first with nobody on. And this one's not close. It's in the dirt for ball one. Out of play off to the right. It's 1-1. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. A wave and a miss, a tick behind a good fastball.
Only 1 strike away from throwing a very strong first inning to begin the ball game. He looks sharp.
Got him swinging in the dirt, and the throw to first ends the inning. Here's Gerard Dyson. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
For the Mariners, left fielder Gerard Dyson.
Favorable call in there for a strike. Well, Harold, as we take a look at the Cubs coming into play here tonight, boy, they are really in need of something to go their way as they come in losers of 9 in a row.
Well, they've been on a little bit of a losing streak, but this is why you have veterans. And a veteran pitcher on the mound, he's been through this before. He knows more than anybody. He has to have a quality outing and give his team a chance to win. They need it now more than any other time.
Throw not in time as he's able to leg it out. Now at the plate, Gene Segura. On the season, he's hitting just over .290 coming into action here. Throw over to the bag and a dive, but he's back in there. Squared that one up just a little late.
This is the situation where there's a lot of pressure on the infielders if the ball's put in play on the ground. Both the guy at first and at the plate are burners, so a double play is going to be tough. Even getting one out could be a challenge.
The throw to third. Here comes the second baseman, Robinson Cano. And he's definitely off to a fast start in the early part of the season. First pitch of the at-bat. And the runner's breaking for third. Swing, and he puts a charge into this one. High and deep. And you can forget about it. This ball is gone. Here's Nelson Cruz now. His average coming in way up there in the 380s. First pitch coming. Here it is. Good changeup that time, but he wouldn't bite on it. Swing and a miss just behind a lively fastball.
Now that's a nice pitch. He ran that in there about mid-90s and put it past him.
Now a ball swung on and heading for the stands in right, and that'll move the count to 1-2 now. And he'll lay off the curveball that's in the dirt that time, and it's back to even now at 2-2. And a good bite to that slider as he swings through it for the first out of the inning. Here's the third baseman now, Kyle Seager. He's ready for his first at-bat of this early season contest. A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. Out of here. A solo shot, and they add another. Stepping up to the plate, Mitch Haniger. He's ready for his first at-bat of this early season contest. Here's a first pitch slider that just tails out of the zone. It's ball one.
Man, he's really struggling. He's laboring out there already. He's already given up a bunch of runs. Now, I know you have to go ahead and you don't want to get in that bullpen too early, but I'm just curious, how long can the leash possibly be?
But right at the shortstop for the second out. Striding in, Leonis Martin, hitting just a bit over the Mendoza line on the year. Here's the first pitch to him. Sends that one out of play for strike one. Nothing in one count. Here it comes. And a fastball just a bit high. He's set. Here comes the 1-1 on the ground to the right side. Gurriel scoops it up, and he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. Here's Daniel Murphy now, and they've got some work to do early on. Down 4-0 already.
Daniel Murphy.
And this is going to be a foul ball. Chop fouled over towards the coaching box. Here's Cano now at second. Reined in. Throw to first will be in time, and there's one gone here to start the second. Here's Addison Russell, and a quick glance at the numbers will tell you it's been a huge struggle for him at the plate this year. And a whiff at a good slider that time. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. A swing and a miss on a ball that jammed him.
Every time you go out there to start a game on the mound, you hope to settle in quickly and get into a groove, and he's definitely done that so far in the early going. Looks like he could go pretty deep into this one.
Throw to first will take care of him. Score it 2-3 on the putout, and there are two gone now. Here's Javier Baez, and he's looking to get it going. Off to a bit of a slow start this year. Curveball, and that misses in the dirt for ball one. Oh, tough to catch up when it's moving like that. 2 out, nobody on. And this one's hit on the ground, but foul. And did he go around? No, he did not. Ball two. He's ready with the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. At the plate, Danny Valencia. And he'll face Carlos Carrasco to get the inning underway.
Danny Valencia.
And this is fouled straight back. Set to deliver the 0-1. And he lays off for ball one.
I'm sure he's frustrated by that call. Probably could have been a strike, but at the same time, earning strikes from the umpire is a real thing. If you've been all over the place like he has, you're just not going to get much help from the umpires.
Inside for a ball as he falls behind to him here. 3-1. Tough one to lay off. Called a strike. To short. Russell has it. Throw to first is in time for the first out. Here's the catcher, Carlos Ruiz. He's ready for his first at-bat of this early season contest. Here comes the first pitch. Swing and a miss way behind the big fastball.
That was a first pitch fastball. He just blew it right by him. You talk about an overpowering fastball working today. He's got a good one going.
Well, you're in trouble at the plate if you fall behind this guy. 0-2, so that was a good job to hold up right there.
And that's taken in by Chisenhall, and there are two gone now.
Now batting.
Striding in once again, Gerard Dyson. And that misses ball one.
With 2 outs, they're not playing him to bunt here, and he didn't show it there, but I wouldn't be surprised if he wasn't at least thinking about it. He handles the bat pretty well, and he can definitely run.
And Chisenhall will make the catch, and the side is retired. Now at the plate, Yulieski Gurriel. 7-8-9, bottom of the order, set to go here in the third.
Yulieski Gurriel.
Too high that time with the inning's first pitch. It's ball one. And here's a ball hit in the air. Valencia is over, and he's got it for the first out of the inning. Here's the catcher now, Miguel Montero. And he's looking to get it going. Off to a bit of a slow start this year. And I'm not sure you can get fooled worse than that. It's 0-1. Now here's the pitch. And this is swung on and missed that time by Montero. No balls and 2 strikes now.
He might have been setting him up with that high fastball to change his eye level. Now he's got him set up. Maybe he'll go down the zone.
And they'll try to tempt him with a curveball, but this bounces in front of the plate, and it's 1-2. Grounded up the first baseline. And he'll take it to the bag himself for the out. So digging in now, Lonnie Chisenhall. This guy's still looking at a 0 in the hit column. Into the windup and the pitch. Heading out towards shallow right. Will reach out with one hand to make the catch on the move, and Gene Segura standing in. He'll get us going in the home half of inning number 3.
The shortstop.
Here's the first pitch to him. And here's a slider that's nowhere close, and it's 1-0. Here it comes, 1-0. Just a tick behind for a strike. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Line, but speared on a hop. And he's retired, 1 away. Leadoff man gone now for Robinson Cano. He's set, and the pitch. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner.
Well, there's a strike looking, but you know what? They've been so patient. They're leading in this game, I think, because of their discipline at the plate. They're not swinging at balls out of the zone.
That's lifted the other way out to left. Waiting on it is Benintendi, and that's the second out of the inning. Ready for another chance? Nelson Cruz. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Carrasco pauses. Here's the first pitch. And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1. Here it comes. Swing and a ball lifted in the air toward the line and right. And Chisenhall will make the catch, and the side is digging in for his second at bat. Chris Young. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
Chris Young.
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. Now a swing and a chopper foul right at home plate. And 1-1 as this one's in on the hands.
Looked like he was trying to work in a front door curveball there, but it seemed like it popped out of his hand a little early, causing it to miss inside.
Swung on and missed, outclassed by that fastball for a strike. Swing and a miss on the slider, and that's out number 1. Digging in to try it again. Andrew Benintendi comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And a fastball just a bit up. Cubs to this point have yet to break into the hit column. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
Man, this guy has retired a whole slew right now. I think what he needs to do is just stay focused and keep attacking the game plan like he has up to this point, because everything he's done has worked.
Pulls this one into the air out into right field. Waiting on it is Henniger, and that's the second out of the inning. Here's George Springer. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
Hitter, George Springer.
Into the windup and the pitch. And this is fouled back and out of play. No runs, no hits, no errors so far for the Cubbies. Here's a late swing and a miss, strike 2.
Well, now's when he gets nasty. He's 0-2, and you know he's got 5 pitches in his arsenal to put him away. It's almost impossible for the hitter to sit on anything.
And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away. And that. So stepping in, Kyle Seager. He went deep in his first at-bat. We'll see what he's got in store for us here. Down the first baseline. But this is foul for the first strike.
Been a real big struggle for him so far on the mound. 4 runs and only 3 innings, so it'll be...
Oh, what a stop on the slide. In time. Stepping into the box, Mitch Haniger hit it hard but lined out in his first at-bat. And he swings through a fastball and doesn't catch up with it. It's 0-1. He's set. Here's the 0-1. And a neck-high fastball that time. Here it comes on 1-1. Swing and a liner. Foul. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Again, he sends it out of play.
Well, that got him in the rocking chair right now. A little changeup, follow up with the fastball, and he's a little late with that swing. I may go back with another changeup.
Tried to hold up there. Appeal down to first, and no swing. It's ball 2. He's set. Here's the 2-2. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Chisenhall is after it. He tracks it down and makes the play to record the second out.
Center fielder, number 12.
Settling in now, Leonis Martin. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. Ball 1.
Backdoor breaking ball just missed right there. It's such an effective pitch if you can hit the corner with it, but no dice this time.
Line to the right side. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit. Coming to the plate now, Danny Valencia. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. First delivery to him on the way. Couldn't wait back. A swing and a miss.
Matt, it looks like he was sitting there getting ready to jump on the first pitch fastball, and they pulled the string on him and threw him a changeup and just got him out front. Now I don't know what he's thinking up there at the plate or what he might be looking for. He could be pretty confused right now.
And he comes back with a fastball. 1-2 now. From the belt, kicks and deals. Grounded down the third baseline. But this is a foul ball as the count holds steady at 1-2. Slider whiffed on for strike 3. A great. Here's Daniel Murphy now. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
Leading off for the Cubs, second baseman.
Ready with
Daniel
the first pitch. Here it comes. Late that time for a strike.
Man, I think he's trying to send a message right here. I'm going to challenge you. I like my stuff. I think I'm better than you. I don't care how good a hitter you are. And this guy's a good hitter, by the way. But he came right after him early in the count.
Now on 0-2, I don't think we're going to see any more hittable fastballs. If we see one at all, it'll probably be extended out of the zone, or at least that'll be the intent.
Fastball swung on and missed for the first out. Here's Addison Russell. Comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ball game.
Addison Russell.
Here comes the first pitch. There's a swing, and he sends a ball high in the air into left field. Ranging back is Dyson, and a leaping effort at the wall, but it's in vain. A home run. Here's Javier Baez. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Fouled back. The windup and the 0-1. Swings through it for strike number 2.
Well, that is a good pitch. A sinker down with that kind of movement. It is really hard to hit. No wonder he swung and missed.
And he looks at a ball. 1-2.
I think if he executes that pitch on the corner instead of off of it, he probably gets some pretty weak contact, if anything. He jammed him pretty hard on the previous pitch, so my bet was he was going to try to cheat on the inside part, thinking it might be coming again.
Got him to miss the breaking ball there. Javier Baez becomes the second out here in inning number 5. Cano onto the grass, and that retires the side. Here's the catcher, Carlos Ruiz. He'll lead things off as we begin the home 5th.
Catcher, Carlos.
Here's the first pitch to him. And here's a first pitch curveball that bounces on him there. It's ball 1. Now a swing and a fly ball. Chisenhall is in pursuit, but no chance to run it down. It's a foul ball. Pitch on the way. Looked like he was on that one, but it's 1-2.
Now that high fastball right there, it looks like you can just reach out and touch it. It's right at eye level, and you go to swing, and it's by you. It is the biggest deceptive pitch, I think, in the game.
Here's Gerard Dyson. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game.
Fielder, Gerard Dyson.
He's set. Here it comes. Hit down the line at first. And that's through for a hit. Gene Segura standing in. 1 for 2 with a double on his line thus far.
Gene Segura.
First pitch on its way. And he tries to hold back on the swing, but I think it would have been ruled a strike anyway. It's 0-1. From the belt, kicks and deals. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike.
You know, guys, these hitters have had some great looks at that slider so far, and clearly they're all on the same page. The plan is simple. Lay off that slider and make it bring up something straight in the strike zone.
In to score, the runner from third. And he's going to score with ease as the throw will be too late. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Robinson Cano comes in 1 for 2 with that home run he hit earlier. Cano waits on the first pitch. And here's a ball hit in the air. Murphy into shallow center. 2 down. Ready for another shot now. Nelson Cruz. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far. Carrasco pauses. Here's the first pitch. And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball. Cruz awaits the 1-0. And that's swung on and fouled straight back. 6 runs, 7 hits, and no errors in the game for the Mariners to this point. 2-1. Fouled back.
Oh, man, I think he thought he was going to get another breaking ball right there. He's a little bit late on that fastball. That's a nice pitch, though, following that breaking pitch to keep him off balance with the heater.
This one misses, and that'll fill the count here. 3-2 with 2 away. And a good battle continues as this ball's chopped foul at the plate, and the count remains 3-2.
Swing and a miss at a big breaking ball, and that's how the inning comes to.
Digging in to try it again, Miguel Montero. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
Miguel
Montero waits. Now the pitch. A swing and a miss at a ball down.
Well, as advertised, Matt, that splitter has been spot on. I mean, that is the game separator right there. He's able to use that split. Looks like a fastball, and he's using it effectively. Now, that's a good curveball. That's the old 12 to 6 from midnight to 6 a.m., and he's doing it all day. Well, when you're hitting with 2 strikes, you're just in battle mode. Right there, he gets a breaking ball. He just fouled it off. Got a piece of it and stays alive.
Another 0-2 home. Lays off that time, and it's 1-2. Now the 1-2 home to Montero. Fastball stays way up that time for ball 2. A 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Hit on the ground down the first baseline. But this is going to be a foul ball as that keeps things at 2-2. Swing and a liner, but foul. Neither guy giving in. Here's the next one. And he finally wears him down here as he strikes him out after a 9-pitch at bat.
Now batting,
Lonnie Chisenhall will stand in. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Check swing, but he held up in time. Ball 1. Sneaks a fastball by him at the letters. It's 1-1. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. A wave and a miss, a tick behind a good fastball.
I like what I'm seeing right now. In, and then goes away. If you pound him in early, it opens up the outside half of the plate, and that's what he's doing right now.
And indeed, the throw will finish him off as they get the put out at first, and there are 2 away now.
Center fielder.
Digging in once again, Chris Young. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one. And a foul pop behind the plate. And he'll get under it to put it away in foul territory. Here's the third baseman now, Kyle Seager. He comes in 1 for 2 with that home run he hit earlier.
Third baseman.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Swing, and he puts a charge into this one. High and deep, and you can forget about it. This ball is gone. Ready for another shot now, Mitch Haniger. Third trip to the plate for him here tonight. 0 for 2 at this point. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Now started to go down after it, and he couldn't hold back. It's strike 1. Now here's the pitch. Fastball. Whoa, look out. That just about got him in the coconut.
Wow, fastball up and in. I'm not sure it was intended to be that far up and that far in, but message sent. Beware.
Ready with 2 balls and a strike. Down the third baseline. But this will wind up a foul ball. 2-2. On its way is pitch number 75. Hit on the ground to third. On to first, so a good bounce back pitch there as he gets the ground ball for the first out.
Center fielder, number 12.
Here's Leonis Martin.
Leonis.
1 run in and 1. And now the Cubs bullpen will start working here as both a lefty and a righty are up. They'll try and entice him with a high fastball, but he wouldn't commit. It's ball 1. Here it comes, 1-0. Drilled right back up the middle. That's through for a base hit, his second of the ball game. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Danny Valencia. 1 in, 1 out, and 1 on here in the inning. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Grounded back up the middle. Step on the bag for 1. Relay to first in time, and just like that, this side is the left-handed hitting Andrew Benintendi stands in. He started out the evening 0 for 2 so far. First offering on its way. A fastball, and he swings through it to fall behind.
Well, that's another first pitch strike right there. Now he's over 70% so far in this game. First pitch strike to hitters. That's why he's deep in the game right now.
I think a big reason why he's been so effective in this one, that he's been just about getting ahead of every hitter. Seems like every one of them are 0-2, 1-2, and it's just about every at-bat. And when that's the case, your chances of getting a good pitch to hit are way worse.
And the throw will indeed take care of him for the first out. Here's George Springer. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ballgame. Into the windup and the pitch. And that's swung on and missed for strike 1.
He's been doing a nice job out there on the mound, but the deeper you get into the game, the more the hitters have seen you. This is the part of the lineup that he has to be really careful with.
Swing and a miss, and he's in the hole 0-2 now. Swing and a miss, got him reaching. Ruiz recovers, and the throw is in time. Springer is retired, 2 down now. Ready once again, Daniel Murphy. First 2 men in the inning have both gone down via the punch-out, so we'll see if he can fare any better. Down the first baseline. This gets foul. It's 0-1. The knee buckler, and he swings and misses at it. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And this is fouled back and out of play.
I like the pitch right there. Two-strike fastball out of the zone, see if he'll chase. I'd go even further out this time, see if he chases it again.
That's it to short. Does he have another 1-2-3 inning? He does. 8 in a row he's set. Ready for another chance? Carlos Ruiz will try and get something started in the home half of the 7th.
Carlos Ruiz.
Koji Uehara
comes on to pitch now, hoping for better results than the other arms that they've run out there in this one.
Uehara.
Now a ball hit pretty well to left, but this is going to wind up in the seats foul. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Hard hit ball to second. And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit. Throwing to second. Not in time, and he's in there with a double. Striding in once again, Gerard Dyson. 2 for 3 with a double on his line so far. First pitch on its way. And there's one well above the zone for a ball. For Ruiz, he's at second with his 4th double here on the season. Fastball misses away here. It's 2-0. Grounded up the first baseline. And it's a productive first out as that runner's able to advance 90 feet up to third here. Now to the plate, Gene Segura. 1 for 2 with a double on the ledger so far. Line toward right center. And that finds the outfield grass for a base hit. They'll cash in here as the run is in to score from third. And he's safe. Here comes the second baseman, Robinson Cano. He launched one over the wall back in the opening frame. First pitch of the at-bat. Here's a swing and a ground ball, but a foul ball here, 0-1. Getting a few steps off the second there. Now the pitch. Line to the right side. And that's in there. Base hit. And they've got him hung up out there between second and third. And he is in there. Here's Nelson Cruz now. 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts for him to this point in the ballgame. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Started to go around there, but he holds up ball 1. He's ready. Here's the 1-0. Tried to hold up there. Appeal down to first, and no swing. It's ball 2. Now the 2-0 home to Cruz. Up and in. Big danger now. It's 3-0. 3-0. Here it is. A cold strike on the inside corner.
3-1 with 2 on, and this is where you got to be geared up for something to drive. I don't think you can just groove him one right here. You still have to try to make a competitive pitch.
He struck him out. The 3rd time he's fanned in the game. Trying to pick things up where we left off. Kyle Seager. He comes in 2 for 3 with a couple of home runs thus far on his line.
Pitching for Chicago, number 39.
So they'll make a matchup move here and bring on a southpaw to face the left-handed hitter due up. Here's a slider to start things out. Looked at for ball 1. Look out, and that'll give him a close shave.
He went deep earlier, so that might have been a little bit of a message they were trying to send to get him off the plate. At the very least, they're clearly trying to get him from getting his arms extended again. Hey, that's a good job right there. Very rarely see pitchers double up where they go a pitch inside. Normally, they'll go back outside, but he followed that up with another pitch on the inside part of the plate.
Young is there, and he'll make the catch. Stepping into the box, Addison Russell. He comes in 1 for 2 with that home run he hit earlier.
Addison Russell.
Line drive to left. But this will hang up a bit too long as it's taken in chest high for the first out. Stepping up to the plate, Javier Baez. Been a strikeout victim twice in this one. Now a ball pulled hard but fouled off to the left. 1 out, nobody on. Looks like he swung it underwater that time for strike 2.
He's feeling it out there on the mound, just getting the ball and throwing it with a lot of confidence right now.
Nasty breaking ball swung on in the dirt, and he makes the throw to first. Baez is retired, 2 down now.
Number 12.
Settling in now, Yulieski Gurriel. 0 for 2 on his line thus far. Into the windup and the pitch. Hit in the air to center field. Martin is there, and they go down in a hurry here. Coming to the plate now, Mitch Haniger. He'll see what he can do leading off the home 8th.
Right fielder, Mitch Haniger.
And he runs it in on him and gets him to swing through it for strike 1. Chopped weakly to the left. To his left, Baez. And a good throw gets him 1 gone. Here's Leonis Martin. He's 2 for 3 thus far.
Leonis Martin.
Splitter swung on and missed. 0-1. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Here's a late swing and a miss. Strike 2. And he missed with it. It's 1-2.
Well, no surprise on that one. That's the classic slider down the way, trying to get him to chase on that 0-2 pitch.
And that's a swinging strike 3 in the dirt. Montero's got it, but it's not in time, and he'll reach first despite going down on strikes. In now, Danny Valencia. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. First pitch hack in here, and that's the first strike. Swing and a miss, and he's in trouble now. 0-2. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. And the slider gets him swinging. 2 gone. Here's the catcher, Carlos Ruiz. 2 for 3 with a double on his line so far. And now a stoppage here as a balk has been called. And that could wind up being a costly one, as it'll move that base runner into scoring position now with 2 away. Becomes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Couldn't wait back. A swing and a miss. From the belt, the pitch. Looking at strike 2, a fastball that catches the inside corner. The 0-2 delivery. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Grounded to third. And 8 innings have come and gone now as the inning is over. Into the box now, Miguel Montero. He'll try and do what he can to work toward cutting into this big deficit. And we kick off the 9th inning with a swinging strike here. 0-1.
Man, I tell you what, I love how he's pitching right now. He has continued to pound that first pitch for strikes. When you do that, you set yourself up for great success.
He's still looking really solid here in the 9th, and I'm sure that big lead has helped him pitch free and easy, but to me, it still looks like he's approaching it like it's a close game. Boy, it's hard to sit on an 0-2 fastball. I think that pitch just locked him up a bit. But lucky for him, it was just a little out of the zone.
Throw on to first is in time to get him, so that'll go down as a strikeout and a 2 to 3 foot out for out number 1. Hit out towards second. There's Cano. Throw on to first gets him, and that means the Cubs are down to their final out now. Here's Chris Young. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. Swung right over the splitter there. 0-1.
Well, they haven't had a real good game plan. That's a lot of balls they're swinging at out of the zone, helping him out. And there's a sign of it.
Now, meanwhile here, this ball's hit fairly well down that left field line, and it's going to stay fair. It's a home run. Striding into the box, Andrew Benintendi. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. And the third baseman will have a look at it, but this is back into the seats.
Oh, that was a good pitch to hit. He wants that one back. He was just a little bit late on it.
Out of play off to the right. And now those that have stuck it out tonight come to their feet. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over. Well, we watched a really solid starting pitching performance, kept the opposition at bay, and as a result, he's our top player of the game.
Well, when you rack up a whole boatload of strikeouts like he did here, there's not much of a debate.
We are under the bright lights tonight as MLB Network welcomes you to this presentation of Major League Baseball. It's the home opener of this new season between the St. Louis Cardinals and the Chicago Cubs. Major League Baseball on MLB Network coming up right after this. And next will be the versatile Tyler Naquin. He'll get us started in this one under the lights.
Right fielder, Tyler Naquin.
This one's down to third. Baez has it. One away. Digging in the switch hitter, Aaron Hicks. He's hitting in the 270s on the season coming into this one. Into the windup and the pitch. And this one's not close. It's in the dirt for ball one. Well, Harold, as we take a look at the Cubs coming into play here tonight, boy, the last few weeks have not been kind to them, to say the least, as they're working on trying to end a double-digit losing streak.
Matt, when you're on a struggling team, you always look around and say, this is win night. We got the ace on the mound. I don't care how poor you're playing. When your ace is throwing, you feel like you got a chance to win that game.
From the windup, the 3-0 pitch. A fastball right down the middle for a strike. Into his motion. Here comes the 3-1. And he lays off here, ball 4, and he'll become the game's first base runner here with one away.
Batting third.
And that'll bring up the left-handed hitting outfielder Hyun-Soo Kim.
2.
1st shot for him here with a runner at first now and one away.
2.
1-1
Batting
First pitch fastball swung on and missed. 0-1. Comes set and the 0-1. This is line to left, and that's in there. Base hit. Here's Matt Carpenter. The average for him at the start of play, right at a 1-for-3 clip, 333.
Carpenter.
Oh, and Montero can't squeeze it as it gets away. So now 2 men in scoring position. That one's going to find the seats. Strike one. A 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. And this is low, but Montero won't let it get too far. Gets the sign. Here comes the 2-1. Here's a swing and a high pop-up. Drifting toward the third base dugout. Here's Baez to make the catch, and that becomes out number 2. Here's Matt Adams now. Great chance to drive in a run here in the early going.
Adams.
He's set and the pitch. Now here's a slider that can't quite get back to the outside corner. It's ball 1. Looking to wiggle out of this. Here it is. Grounded back up the middle. And this goes right past him. Oh my, that might plate 2. And this will not be close, and the run will score easily. Into the box now, Yadier Molina. He comes into play with a batting average in the respectable 270s. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. Here's the 0-1. A wave and a miss, a tick behind a good fastball.
Well, you can't fall back any further. This team they're playing right now is just too good. They're one of the best teams in the league, and they capitalize on mistakes. You got to get out of this inning if you want to have a chance to win this game. Well, I think he's trying to get that 2-strike fastball out of the zone. Just caught too much of the plate right there. Fortunately, he fouled it off instead of putting it in the seats.
Tap down the line. And that's a fair ball as this one gets by him at third. The runner from second crosses the plate. Striding into the box, Ben Zobrist, trying to keep things going now with a runner at first following the RBI single. From the stretch, here's the pitch. And there's one well above the zone for a ball. Here it comes, 1-0. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. And he will get there to make the running play, and that will end the inning. Into the box now is Chris Young as he'll swing it to get things started in the home half of the first.
Center fielder, Chris Young.
Now he extends nicely, and this ball's driven to right field and deep. Nearly a big fly to start the inning. Instead, a foul ball. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. The next 0-2. In the dirt, but swung on and missed. Molina has it. And he makes the throw to first. Young is retired, and there's one away. The left-handed hitting Andrew Benintendi stands in, and he is proving to be something of a non-threat with the bat in his hands this year. The average isn't pretty. And here's a ball hit in the air. Garcia ranging into the outfield makes the play, and there are two gone now.
Batting third.
Stepping up to the plate, George Springer. The average for him entering play not far north of 200. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0. 1-0 pitch on the way. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. Hicks is under it. And that retires the side. Settling in now, Greg Garcia. He'll lead it off against Jake Arrieta.
Greg Garcia.
Into the windup and the pitch. And he'll try to take control of the inside part of the plate with the fastball as he backs him off a bit.
Well, a pitcher can tell you a lot early in the game. With this veteran pitcher out here, fastball in, to me it looks like he's going to try to take that inside half and say, that is mine.
You know, sometimes it takes a pitcher a few pitches to get going, but those two pitches weren't even close. Ball's behind in the count 2-0. It's time to start getting locked in.
Well, he's out in front of that changeup. I tell you what, he had the honor of the fastball. The fastball, the pitch before, and back with the changeup. That's a great combination.
Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Never tempted to swing at that ball down low. It's ball 3.
You can bet they'd love ball 4 here. That gives the pitcher on deck an obvious bunt situation to move the runner into scoring position.
Oh, and he lets him off the hook there as this isn't even close for ball 4.
Number 52.
The pitcher, Michael Waka, steps up to the plate in a sacrifice situation. So let's see if that is indeed on right here. Here's one that misses high. It's 1-1. Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. A high fastball is in there.
Look, Matt, this guy's got a great sinker. Here's the key. He's got a runner on first base. This is where you can get that ground ball double play. Make him chase that hard sinker and hit it into the dirt and turn one over for you.
On the ground up the middle. To second for 1. On to first. So they let him swing with 2 strikes, and it'll cost him as it's a double play.
Right fielder.
Digging in to try it again. Tyler Naquin. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Hit hard down the line. And he tries for the backhand reach at third, but he gets by the glove down the line. And now he'll get into scoring position with 2 away. Digging in for his second at-bat, Aaron Hicks. No official at-bat for him, but he has scored a run in this one. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Hit hard towards center. Naquin is on his way home. And another runs across as this is now a 4-0 ball game. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Hyun-Soo Kim. He singled and scored in his first appearance in this one. He's set. Here it comes. Hey now.
1 ball, no strikes.
Skied in the air to straightaway left. Waiting on it is Benintendi. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. Here's Daniel Murphy now, and they've got some work to do early on. Down 4-0 already.
Daniel Murphy.
Into the windup and the pitch. Pulled high in the air out to right field. Naquin's on the move. He tracks it down. A nice running play, and there's 1 away.
Batting fifth.
Here's Addison Russell. And a quick glance at the numbers will tell you it's been a huge struggle for him at the plate this year. And this is just off the outside corner for a ball, 1-0. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. And here's a ball hit in the air. Garcia onto the grass. He's got it, and there are 2 down now.
Batting sixth.
Coming to the plate now, Javier Baez. And you see that average below the dreaded Mendoza line. Called a strike on the outer half. 0-1. Waka steps into his windup. Coming at him with the 0-1. Curveball, swing and a miss, and he's behind in the count. 0-2.
He is being aggressive in this inning. 0-2 on this hitter. The first 2 outs were recorded quick because he came right after the hitter. I don't think that changes right now either.
And the throw is in time to get him to retire the side. Striding in once again, Matt Carpenter. 0 for 1 here in the early going.
13, Matt Carpenter.
Good off-speed pitch had him out in front for strike 1.
There's no way around it. This has been a rough start on the mound, so it'll be interesting to see how long that man is going to let him go. Maybe he settles in and can give you another inning or so, but I wouldn't bet on it at this point.
squared that one up just a little late.
That's probably not what he wants to do with 2 strikes right there with the fastball. He is fortunate he just fouled it off.
And look out as he has to hop out of the way of the fastball there.
I like that he tried to tie him up inside on that pitch, but it was a little bit of a risky situation because if you're off just a little bit, you can end up plunking a guy. That's the last thing you want to do when you've got a guy 0-2.
Therefore, it is Springer, and he's got it for the first out.
The first baseman.
Ready for another chance? Matt Adams. He was able to plate 2 with a base hit in his first appearance. High fly ball out to straightaway center. And right there for it is Young for route number 2. So 2 are gone now for Yadier Molina.
Catcher Yadier Molina.
Good swing, just got to try and straighten that one out.
This is a big out for his confidence. Look, he struggled early. He's got 2 outs right now. He needs this next out, and then he's got a quick 1-2-3 inning. It just makes you feel so much better and more confident as you move through the rest of the game.
Here's a called strike on the curveball, 1-2.
That is a filthy combination. High 90s with the fastball, and then that nasty curveball. It's almost unhittable, almost unfair to the hitter.
Check swing, no swing, says the home plate umpire. Ball 2.
Boy, a check swing on a pitch way out of the zone. Just held up.
And we'll have to leave it there as this. At the plate, Yulieski Gurriel. He'll get us going in the home half of inning number 3.
First baseman Yulieski Gurriel.
Here comes the first pitch. Fouled back. The windup and the 0-1. Now a ball hit high in the air, deep down the line in left, hooking just a little. Nearly a big fly to start the inning. Instead, a foul ball. And he chased it in the dirt. Molina reaches out and tags him to make it official, and there's one away. Here's the catcher now, Miguel Montero. And you see that average below the dreaded Mendoza line. Committed to that one a bit too soon as it locks him up for strike 1. Montero waits. Now the pitch. Big swing and a miss at the fastball, and he's behind in the count 0-2. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Oh, and this is swung on and missed. 4 strikeouts already, and that's out number 2. Into the box now, Jake Arrieta. First 2 men in the inning have both gone down via the punch out, so we'll see if he can fare any better. Grounder down the line at third. This gets foul. It's 0-1. That's taken. Now it's 0-2.
And there's number 8, 1 away.
And the cutter got him swinging. Strike 3, and the side is retired. Here's Ben Zobrist now. He'll try to get it going here to begin the 4th.
Second baseman Ben Zobrist.
The knee buckler, and he swings and misses at it.
He's really struggling in this game, Matt, but you know what? It hasn't been the first pitch strike. He's throwing 60% of the time the first pitch strike to hitters. It just hasn't been good stuff that he's throwing up there.
Throw to first in time. 1 gone here in the 4th.
Now batting.
Ready now, Greg Garcia. Reached base via the walk in his first plate appearance. Broken bat as this ball's hit on the ground. On to first, and that is 2 quick outs to start the 4th. In now, Michael Wacha. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Into the windup and the pitch. Now a swing and a chopper foul right at home plate. The windup and the 0-1. Took a wave at one around the shins with no luck.
Beautiful changeup. Got him out front with that swing right there. That's what a changeup will do.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side. Here's Chris Young. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game.
Center fielder, Chris Young.
And that's swung on and fouled straight back. And a swing and a miss by Young, as he's prone to do, and he falls behind here 0-2. And the pitch. Chop foul over towards the coaching box. The 0-2 home. Swing and a miss. 5 straight strikeouts now, and there's 1 gone.
Now batting.
The left-handed hitting Andrew Benintendi stands in. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Pretty well hit. Deep down the line in right, but that's back into the seats. Foul. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And the changeup just missed the inside corner. Look into Molina. Now the 1-1. Popped up. Calling for it. Carpenter. 2 down. Here's George Springer. This guy's still looking at a 0 in the hit column. First pitch of the at-bat. Swung on and missed. Outclassed by that fastball for a strike. The 0-1 pitch. And this ball's heading for the seats down the right side as the count will move to 0-2 now.
Well, he fouls off that fastball right there, and you wonder, does he love his fastball enough to come back with it 3 times in a row?
Now a ball lifted high in the air towards shallow right center field. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that... Digging in and looking for more, Tyler Naquin. 1 for 2 with a double on the ledger so far. First pitch on its way. Line drive to left. And that ball gets down out near the wall and should be extra bases. And he'll pull into second here with nobody out. Ready for another shot now. Aaron Hicks. It was an RBI single for him in his last plate appearance. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. That's lifted the other way out to left. Benintendi is there. Makes the play, 1 away. And the runner, not tagging, will retreat to second base. And that'll bring up the left-handed hitting outfielder Hyun-Soo Kim. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. Grounded to third. In time to first, and there are 2 away. Digging in once again, Matt Carpenter. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ball game. First delivery to him on the way. And that's through into left, a base hit. And the runner at third will put the brakes on here as they didn't want to chance it even with 2 outs.
Now batting.
Standing in, Matt Adams. And we'll see what he can do here with a pair of runners on base and 2 gone here in the 5th. And a good pitch on the inside corner for strike 1. Trying to hang a 0. Here's the pitch. Popped high in the air. Baez is there for it. Makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Now in the box, Daniel Murphy. He'll start things out in the home half of inning number 5.
Daniel Murphy.
Into the windup and the pitch. Swung on and missed. Outclassed by that fastball for a strike. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. This is on the ground over to first. And he'll step on first himself for the out. Now at the plate, Addison Russell. He's 0 for 1 thus far. And that swung on and missed for strike 1. Chopped weakly to the left. On to first, and very quickly 2 are gone in the home 5th. Here's Javier Baez. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ballgame. Waka gets the sign. First pitch on the way. Looks at a curveball over the inside corner.
Well, that's 2 quick outs, and he's got a low pitch count. Really being aggressive in the zone has forced him to swing the bats. He's economically low in that pitch count. He's got a chance to go deep in the game.
Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is. Here's the catcher, Yadier Molina. He'll start things out now in the top half of the 6th.
The catcher, number 4, Yadier Molina.
And no swing, apparently. Ball 1. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a little blooper to center. In there, a base hit. Here's Ben Zobrist now. Third trip to the plate for him here tonight. 0 for 2 at this point. And that's cut on and missed. 0-1.
That's a big pitch right there. Now he's got him 0-1. And he still may not be comfortable. Even 0-1, he's still a pretty good hitter when he's down the count. This is a big pitch right here.
Therefore, it is Young, and he's got it for the first out. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up.
Now batting.
Digging in to try it again. Greg Garcia. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Here's the first pitch to him. And a curveball that started low and broke lower. Ball 1. And he holds up here, but the pitch is a cold strike anyway. 1-1. Here it is. He swings and pops it high toward the left side of the infield. Here's Baez to make the catch, and that becomes out number 2. Ready for another shot now. Michael Waka. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout in this one.
Waka.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And a curveball that gets a swing and a miss and makes him look way behind. Swing and a miss way behind the big fastball.
Pretty late with the swing there. As a pitcher, you have to.
Threw it right past him. A swing and a miss. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Yulieski Gurriel. He'll lead it off as we start the home 6th.
Yulieski Gurriel.
And this pitch just about saws him off as he can't get extended at all. It's strike 1.
Matt, he's really putting on a clinic. The first pitch strike, we talk about it all the time. He's 90% in this game, first pitch strike. When you do that, you're going to have great success.
Looking to punch him out again. The pitch. And a fastball swung on and missed as they set him down for the second time here tonight. Here's the catcher now, Miguel Montero. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Montero waits. Now the pitch. And a fastball just a bit up.
Boy, they've been just getting shut down right here. Been a while since they've even had a runner on. So I think it's time to start looking for ways to make some things happen. Drop a bunt, get up on the plate, something.
Line towards center field. But sadly for him, this will head straight to the center fielder as he puts it away without much trouble for the second out. Digging in for his second at-bat, Jake Arrieta comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ballgame. Lonnie Chisenhall will get the call to pinch hit here as we'll see what he can do with 2 outs and the base is empty. Ran the circle change in on him, a ball and no strikes. Into his windup, here comes the 1-0. Fastball got him to swing through it. It's 1-1. Lifted into center field. Hicks is under it, and that retires the side. Rob Zastryzny is on to pitch from the bullpen now to start inning number 7. And next will be the versatile Tyler Naquin. He'll lead it off here as we begin inning number 7. A swing and a miss at the good old Uncle Charlie.
I like that he used the curveball to get ahead there. That's a tough pitch to hit in this lefty-lefty matchup. So if you can get it over the plate on the first pitch, it can be pretty effective.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on the slider, and that's out number 1. Striding in once again, Aaron Hicks. He enters this at bat 1 for 2 with a walk. This ball's hit in the air down the right side and out of play. 0-1. Good hard slider there, but it runs away. It's a ball and a strike. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Skied into straightaway right. Springer has a read on it. And he makes the catch for the second out. Digging in, Hyun-Soo Kim. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. First delivery to him on the way. Ball 1. And they won't get him to chase the curveball in the dirt that time, and it's 2-0 now. And a good swing there as this is deep down the line in right, but this is going to wind up out of play. And a foul pop behind the plate. All even at 2-2. Here it is. Pulled toward right center field. And that's into the gap and should be extra bases. And he will pull into second with a 2-out double. Here's Matt Carpenter. It was a single for him in his last at bat.
Matt Carpenter.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Foul tip into the catcher's glove. It's strike 1. From the belt. Kicks and deals. And this one's in the dirt. Good job keeping it close as the count goes to 1-1. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. A swing and a miss at a ball down. Getting a few steps off a second there. Now the pitch. Checked his swing there, and did he go? No, he did not, says the third base umpire. Ball 2. Good lead there at second. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right. Ready for another chance. Chris Young. Been a strikeout victim twice in this one.
Chris Young.
Here comes the first pitch. A fastball, and he swings through it to fall behind.
I'll tell you, we're in the later stages of this ball game, but his fastball is still coming out of his hand with plenty on it.
And this is going to be a foul ball. And he strikes him out here. So that's out number 1 here in the 7th as he continues to keep him out of the hit column.
Left fielder.
Digging in once again, Andrew Benintendi. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one. And here's a ball hit in the air. Garcia into shallow center. 2 down. Ready once again, George Springer. 0 for 2 on his line thus far. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Thought he had the inside corner that time, but it missed for ball 1.
Looked like he was trying to work in a front door curveball there, but it seemed like it popped out of his hand a little early, causing it to miss inside.
Swung on and missed. 1-1. Oh, they have him looking awfully confused up there right now. It's 1-2.
Boy, that's an ugly swing right there. And they haven't been getting on base. They're not doing much of anything right now. And I'll tell you what.
And he struck him out to retire the side. Striding in, Matt Adams. He'll start things out for us here. Here in inning number 8, Johnny Peralta is going to be asked to get things going here as a lead off the top of the 8th.
Johnny Peralta.
Oh, and this one's driven the other way and deep to the corner. Nearly a big fly to start the inning. Instead, a foul ball. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And there's one well above the zone for a ball. Now the 1-1 to Peralta. And did he go around? No, he did not. Ball 2.
I like that check swing. He started to offer at the off-speed pitch, but he recognized it and was able to hold up.
Fouled back. Hands held high by Peralta. Now the pitch. Look out. Don't want to hit him there. It's full 3-2. Here's the pitch. Good swing on a tough pitch, and he'll stick around to see another one. Now a hard liner toward short. Throw on to first in time, so the leadoff man is set down to open up inning number 8.
The batter, number 4.
Here's the catcher, Yadier Molina. He's 2 for 3 thus far. Here comes the first pitch. Lifted in the air to center. Chasing after it is Young. He tracks it down and makes the play to record the second out.
Now batting.
At the plate, Ben Zobrist. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. Now a drive out to the gap in right center. Around first is Zobrist, heading for second now. And he'll make it to second base now with 2 gone. Into the box now, Greg Garcia. 0 for 2 with a walk for him so far.
Greg Garcia.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Swing and a liner. Foul.
4 runs, 10 hits.
And no errors so far for the Redbirds. In the dirt here. And he'll hurry back to second here, as he was wise to not push it that time. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and it's 1-2.
He might have been setting him up with that high fastball to change his eye level. Now he's got him set up. Maybe he'll go down the zone.
And this one's in the dirt. And a nice job to keep the runners at bay as the count moves to 2-2. Ground ball right side. Scooped up on the backhand. And nothing will come of the 2-out double as the inning is over. Here's Daniel Murphy now. It's been an 0 for 2 effort for him to this point.
Second baseman, Daniel Murphy.
High in the air out to center field. Hicks is under it. And he hauls it in for the first out of the inning. Here's Addison Russell. He started out the evening 0 for 2 so far.
Addison Russell.
Into the windup and the pitch. Way out in front. No runs, no hits, no errors so far for the Cubbies. Now a swing and a miss, and things are not looking real promising here. Down 0-2.
He's feeling it out there on the mound, just getting the ball and throwing it with a lot of confidence right now.
Got him. 4 outs away from his date with history.
Third baseman, Javier Baez.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Here's a high pop-up. Molina is under it. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. Now at the plate, Michael Wacha. 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts for him to this point in the ballgame.
Michael Wacha.
9th inning begins as the first pitch is taken for ball 1. Now a fastball as he has to lean out of the way there.
Might get the take sign here until he sees a strike. He's not known to be a very good hitting pitcher.
All over the place to start the 9th. It's 3-0 now. That one's in there. 3-1.
I really like what he did right there. 2-0. He wasn't able to hit the spot he was shooting for. 3-0. He made a better pitch, and now he's 6-3-1. Let's see what he does here.
And that can't find the zone either. It's ball 4, and on just 5 pitches, he's walked the pitcher leading off the inning. Tyler Naquin is at the plate now, and he's quickly behind 0-1.
As a hitter, you know the pitcher's trying to work you down around the knees in a double play situation, so making him get a pitch up and actually in the zone is a must.
Tapper right back to the mound, and he'll reach first as they can't make the play on him. Digging in, Aaron Hicks. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. Carl Edwards Jr. comes on now in an awfully difficult situation as there are 2 on here with nobody out.
Edwards Jr. now playing first base.
And here's a ball hit in the air. Baez trying to get there. He makes the play. A fine running catch to get the first out of the inning.
Up next for the Cardinals.
Digging in and looking for more, Hyun-Soo Kim. He's doubled and singled in 4 at-bats in this contest. Ground ball sent back up the middle. Bare-handed for 1. But wisely, no thought of a return throw, and the inning will continue.
Up next for the Cardinals.
Stepping up now, Matt Carpenter. He comes into this appearance in the midst of a 1-for-4 day. Fly ball out toward left center field. Giving chase is Benintendi. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. Standing in, Yulieski Gurriel. He's hoping to avoid the hat trick. He struck out in each of his first 2 plate appearances so far. High in the air and drifting out to shallow center. Garcia ranging into the outfield. He's got it 1 away. So coming to the plate, Miguel Montero. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout in this one. Wilson Contreras will move into the on-deck circle now to try to get something started here with 1 gone in the inning. There's a swing and a high pop-up. Zobrist is there for it. He's got it, and there are 2 down now. Standing in now, the pitcher, Carl Edwards Jr. So with 2 away, they decide to let him hit instead of burning a pinch hitter. And it looks like we'll see a pinch hitter here as Jason Worth begins to stretch in the on-deck circle.
Jason Worth.
Swing and a miss, but he's right on here. 1 strike. Still plenty to be desired in terms of batting average, down in the 180s entering play. 1 home run and 4 RBIs. And this is swung on and missed, so the Cubs are down to their final strike here. Strike 3 called, and it's over. He's pitched a perfect game. Well, you don't have to look too far to find our tops player of the game. I'd say anytime you throw a perfect game, you'd be a pretty strong candidate.
Final line score.